Hey, so today we are having a partner workout again with Sarah, who's joining us. It's great. Hey, Sarah.
Hello,
So
hello.
this one is going to be a little bit different than the traditional one. We are going to go with a 20-20 format, which means 20 seconds on, 20 seconds of rest. We had one like that recently, but this one is done with the partners. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the work, and then your partner is going to do the work while you rest for the second 20 seconds, and then you're just back and forth. You will do each exercise 4 times, and your partner will do their part 4 times before you move on to the next thing. All right, so what you are going to need is some furniture sliders. Let me take that back. You don't need them, but you might want them. That'll make it a little bit more challenging if you're looking for that. You're going to need weights for a deadlift curl combination. You are going to need weights for a chest press and a crunch. You may also want a step for that if you have one. Otherwise, the floor works fine. You need some sort of a bench or a chair for a sit-down squat jump. If you have a step, you can use that. If it's a little bit too low, grab a book or something that you can set on top of it to raise it up. You can use a chair as well, that's okay. You also have dips, so again, a step or some chairs for those if you'd like. And X's, you can use a Bosu. You can see a Bosu behind Sarah back there. You can use one of those for X's. Or again, the floor works just fine. And then you have a bottom-up lunge with an overhead press, so you need a dumbbell for that. All right, we are gonna get started. We're gonna start with plank, elbow, knee tap combination. Oh, you also need a timer. So set your timer for that 20-20 setup where it just goes off every 20 seconds. Set that up for this class. And we are gonna go ahead and go. So Sarah, go ahead and start. I'm gonna have, all right, here comes the timer. I'm gonna start on this one, and you're back and forth. So elbow to knee, just like this. So if Sarah wanted to, she could hold the plank, but Sarah, I'm not telling you you have to.
Oh, I can do that.
You could hold the plank if you want until it's just impossible to do. All right, your turn, Sarah. Okay, so while she's going, I'm gonna show you an alternative. So here are the furniture sliders I was talking about. You can put those under each toe, and then you can slide, so it makes the slide part slightly easier, but it makes the other leg that's holding need to move. So here we go with that. I keep losing my slider. All right, Sarah's turn.
Holding the plank is going to make that really tough.
Yeah, it will be. I'm going to join you in that in a second. So if you want to make that slider thing even harder, take out the one that your stable leg is on, and you're just going to be doing them one side at a time if you do that, but it makes it a lot harder. So it's not going to be the moving leg. It's going to be the leg that's holding you up, and it's going to want to slide right out from under you. So it makes it really suck. Make sure your hands don't get too far in front of your shoulders with this. They're going to want to travel and not tell you. Yeah, I keep losing my sliders. Okay, no sliders.
You might be talking to me about my hand positioning there.
Oh, no, I'm talking to everybody else that I can't see. All right. Sarah's one more time. Anytime you have a sort of moving plank, you really have to watch yourself, because you'll find that your hands are way out here in front of you, or your butt's way in the air, or something like that is usually happening. But you're good, Sarah. Okay.
About a partner, though, they can point that stuff out when it's happening.
That is true. Yes, feel free to criticize your partner all you want. All right, let me pause that, go back, and there we go. Okay, so the next one is a deadlift. You're gonna do that on one side. So Sarah has a piece of countertop on the floor there, and that helps because her floor is squishy and it throws off her balance. There is nothing wrong with that either. So if you want to be challenged on your balance, go ahead and grab something that's squishy. They make foam pads that you can use. But if you want to have that more stable surface, go ahead and, you know, a piece of wood or whatever. If you have a hard floor, you're already set. So you also need a dumbbell, as she has, and you're going to use that for a curl. So do your best to balance with these as you go. I'm going to back up. No, I'm not. I'm going to go forward and start my timer. Okay. Okay. So you're bending straight over, coming up, balance and curl, and drop back down. There's a good chance you're going to fall over on your first few of these. It's okay. I don't know why I haven't yet. Maybe next time.
It's that strong core you have.
Okay, Sarah's turn. I'm going to continue my balancing on this leg while she does that. And then I'm going to switch legs on my next set. You're not falling over either. Nice.
It's that countertop.
All right, I'm switching legs and go. Ooh, this side's definitely more wiggly. Oh, I had to touch down. Uh-oh, see? Told ya.
Oh yeah, this is more wiggly.
Yeah. We always start with that easy side.
So much for my flooring helping.
I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Okay, so switching sides. When you drop down, try to get your back leg, keep it parallel with your torso. I know balancing is hard with that sometimes. If you have to, you could use one of your chairs that you've got handy and just touch it with your fingers to keep yourself balanced.
I want to speed up, but I can't.
You can. You'll just have to pick yourself up off the floor.
Yeah, look at that.
I've been there and done that.
I'm all over the place this time.
All right. Here we go. Down and up. Yeah, I'm right-handed. You'd think I'd be right-legged too, but apparently not.
Right-legged.
Is that a new one? It's only for people who write with their toes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, come on now, get it straight here.
Good job. Down and up. Oh no, my left leg's flicking out now too.
Would you ever do a deadlift with your same leg down as your hand that you're bringing down?
Yes, some people do that way, and that's fine. But what can happen is you can get this tip on your hip and it opens up, and then you're not set right. And that's, if you do it that way, if you do it that same side, really, really watch yourself. Have a mirror, something that you can see whether or not you're letting that hip come up.
Makes sense.
I do have people that like doing it that way though.
Huh.
But that's okay if they're doing it right. Good question. Almost. All right. Just holding the balance on this isn't bad though. It's not as tiring as I thought it would be.
Once I get doing it, those first couple of rounds I wasn't so hot, but now I'm stabilizing up here.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
That's it, right? That's both buttons?
Yeah, that's it. I was looking at my timer and it didn't look right. All right. Awesome. All right, you have a chest press next. So, sorry, I'm working on my timer. Come on. So you are going to need to have your 2 weights and either your step to lay on or your floor. You can do this on a ball, but I don't feel like the crunch is quite as nice on that. So if you are not a fan of crunches, then you probably should do it on the floor, but you are allowed to do it on the step. I'm gonna grab a quick drink. All right, remembering my timer to start with this time. Okay, so you're gonna press, you're slightly crossing your midline, you press and then crunch at the top. The thing about the floor is your elbow tends to stay down and that can help push you up, so try not to let that happen. Be aware of what that elbow is doing. Okay, I'm just gonna hold these up to start. I'm gonna move a little bit while Sarah's going. And her elbow is not able to help her because she's up a little higher, which is nice.
Is it nice? I don't know.
Okay. So because I was holding up, now I'm having both of them up in the air, which is also fine. Okay. If you get to the point where you can't hold this up while you're waiting for your partner to go, it's okay to just drop them down and rest.
I might be coming up too far, Kelly. Does it matter?
No, I don't think it does.
Okay.
I think I can usually get up farther if I'm on a step anyway. There's something about being on the ground that I feel doesn't work as well. Ooh, I can feel them. Those look good, Sarah.
It's burning.
Yeah, I hear that. All right.
Forearms hurt on that one.
I know. All right, there we go. Okay, so the next one you have the sit down squat jump. So this is where Sarah's using a step. I'm using my little stool here, put it right here. I had to put a book on mine. I'm probably gonna wish I had a bigger book. If you have it too low, it's gonna make this harder and harder, which is fine. But you wanna make sure you're able to get off the ground by the time you're done with this all. All right, so this is a sit down squat with a squat jump. So that just means you are gonna come down all the way. You're gonna take the weight off your feet basically, and then you're gonna jump straight out of it. So what I don't wanna see is you go coming forward and having this big momentum lift right there. You wanna use all the leg and glute muscles to get you up off of that step, okay?
What should our hold be this time, Kelly?
We could start with just a little semi-squat,
okay.
But I'm thinking it's not gonna last long. These are kind of rough, I will say. So, I mean, if you're doing these, you guys, and you feel like you cannot do it anymore, just go slower. It's not gonna hurt your partner. The time is the same no matter what. So just grab a breath in between each one if you need to. I may be demonstrating that soon. All right. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm not where I need to be. Got to take my timer back down.
You can have a longer break, that's fine.
Yeah, that works. Did that on purpose. All right. Up. Up. It's really hard to get used to that feeling of not using momentum. You don't realize how much momentum you use every time you get out of a chair or up off the floor or anything. Such a natural thing to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can see Sarah's taking her feet completely off the ground. It's good. But she's not using momentum when she comes up, so that's really good.
It feels like you are, though.
It does. Yeah. If you guys can set up some sort of a mirror, or even if you have a window that you can see your reflection in, it's smart to do it because you don't realize how your body's cheating things a little bit here and there and wanting to help you out. And in reality, it's not helping you at all. So it's always a good thing if you can watch yourself. I know nobody likes to do it, but it's helpful. Right?
Oh, I love that whistle.
It's not annoying anymore, is it?
No. Good job, Kelly. Keep going.
Gonna be sucking air over here. Whew, shake it out. The first time I did these, I was so sore. It was crazy. It was beyond good sore.
And this little bonus of the hover is nice.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. Although I can see I'm not getting off the ground anywhere near as far as I was. Good job, Sarah. You still got some nice lift. It's good.
Woo!
Okay.
That's it.
Looking at my timer and thinking it's not. All right. I'm glad you're keeping track. All right. So nice job, everybody, on that. That ready to start with. Okay, grab a drink if you need it. Next, you have dips. So Sarah's using her bench. I'm going to use these very high-class old folding chairs. I'm using 2 of them because I don't trust them not to dump me on my head. Get the step out of the way. So I had thoughts to make this more special, like harder, put the pause in, all that stuff, but I'm gonna be nice and not do that. This is just a straight up dip, but 20 seconds at a time of the straight up dip will be sufficient. All right, if it's not, feel free to put a weight on your lap or to put your feet up on an exercise ball or something along those crazy lines. Totally allowed to do that, but that will not be being demonstrated today. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go straight out legs.
I'm just holding the dip for now too, Kelly.
Oh yeah, thanks for bringing that up. All right, try to get your upper arms parallel to the floor. If your step is too short, you may not be able to, but you'll be fine. I'm gonna hold the dip, but I'm also gonna pull my feet in under me.
I held my arms straight, so.
Okay. Oh, that's better. That's a good idea. You're not feeling bad. If you find your wrists cannot handle it, then come off completely and just shake them out while you wait for your partner to go, because they probably will not be happy by the time you're done. If you can't do a dip for whatever reason, hold on. Okay. If you can't do a dip, then you could sub an overhead extension with this. You could use the band. We did this on our last partner workout where you use a mini band and extend that way, or a long band and extending. So whatever works your triceps. All right. I think it's almost worse on the wrist than anything else.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Although my triceps aren't happy right now, so. Entirely possible. I'm nowhere near parallel. Okay.
Your dips have to be worse though, because yours are deeper.
Oh, yeah, you want to trade?
I'm so happy I had
9 hours to get there.
Well, maybe give us enough.
Plenty good rest.
Yeah.
Guess what? I know this is the 4th one, Sarah.
What's that?
I know this is the 4th one. I'm keeping track of this baby. Oh, I gotta pull my legs in a little bit. If you are not able to get down all the way with straight legs, bring them in. I'd rather you get as much of a range of motion on the arms as you can, rather than cheat that distance to keep your legs straight. All right, last one, Sarah, you can do it. Look at that pace, good job. Nice, 5 seconds. Good. All right, excellent.
Noodles.
Yeah, we don't exactly need our arms for the next one. Hallelujah for that. Okay, next one is X's. So Sarah's gonna use her Bosu for these. A Bosu, you could use, you know, a couch pillow, anything that gets you off the ground further, but is still kind of softer for your stomach. And this gives you, or her in this case, much more range of motion. It will be a lot better in the end. I'm going to do mine on the floor just to show you that it can be done, but doing it on the Bosu or a pillow it's much more satisfying, because it's I don't know, just that range of motion. It feels like you're accomplishing more. But all right, I'm going to start my timer. Okay, so everything's coming up and down, using your back from the top to the bottom of it, off the ground and back down. When you drop down, drop your head too, so that you get that extra work when you have to lift it up again. All right, Sarah, I am not gonna hold on this one, except to have my head off the floor a little bit, and just to keep a little tension down my back, but I'm not gonna be holding way up on this. If you have neck issues, shoulder issues, it's probably better to just keep a little tension, but not a lot.
Look good, Kelly.
Thank you. I can't see you from where I'm at. I trust you. All right, good. Really focus on keeping your legs mostly straight, just a little bit of a bend. This is not aimed at you, Sarah, just in general information. Don't be bending your knees. It's not about this movement. It's using your glutes and your back and getting everything off the ground as much as possible. You should feel your shoulder blades squeezing together. You should feel your glutes contract every time. Another thing you can do too, if this is getting your back too much, or if that's just too hard, you can lift opposite arm and leg like this. And that's a little bit easier because you have that stability, the arm and leg that are pushing down, but it's a good way to sub it and modify it down. Here we go.
4, so we're almost done here.
Yay. All right. Hold just that little bit of tension while you wait for your partner to finish up. We've only got one more exercise to do. Up, Sarah, almost there. Excellent. All right. Oh, I can feel that in the glutes. Yay.
My butt.
Okay. All right, so this last one, you just need, if you have it on a hardwood floor, you may need a mat because you do need to tap your knee down every time. And then you need one dumbbell for an overhead press, okay? I'm gonna use I'm gonna start with one. I'm gonna have the second one handy in case the one gets to be a little bit too much. So this movement is gonna look like this. You're gonna come up off the floor just a few inches with your knee. You're gonna press, bring it down, and then drop back down. So it's up, up, down, down, all right? For the hold on this one, let's get a little bit of shoulder, let's not go overhead, but just pull a little bit out on the shoulder and stay up if you can. This probably will not last long. This is kind of a tough one to do. All right. Oh no, start, okay.
Oh, this hold is rough.
Uh-huh, so it might just last the first round, that's okay.
Okay, good.
The whole thing of this is rough. We're ending with a big hurrah here. Almost there. Okay. Whew. Looks good, Sarah. 5 seconds left. All right, I'm gonna come down and switch, so I'm ready. Okay. Up, up, down, down. It's hard to stay just a little bit off the ground. You're really gonna wanna come up way too far. That's where that mirror comes in handy, okay? Whew, it's way hard. Yeah. 3 seconds. Switch it out. Okay, up. I'm having zero troubles resting it on the ground for a second, I'll tell you that. Okay. No hold this time. Up, Sarah, 5 seconds. All right. Down, down, up, up, down, down. That one was bad. All right. Looks good. 10 seconds left.
That's what I was afraid you were going to say.
Okay, how about 4 seconds? Is that better?
Yes, we'll be better.
All right, nice. Awesome.
Woo! That one was tough.
Look at you standing up and everything after that. Okay, excellent. So if you are so inclined, you can go through and do this again with your partner, or you could add more time. You could do 20 on, 20 off 6 times or 8 times. Make sure you agree first. That's important. So, all right. Sarah, thanks very much again for joining me. It's always fun to do this together. So,
what happened to your face?
Yeah. All right. So I will see you guys later. And if you have any questions, let me know.